Do you know somebody who is micromanaging, or do you know somebody who's going from independent contributor into managing teams, and you know they've got to avoid micromanaging in order to be successful? If somebody comes to mind, or if a team of people come to mind, we have an event coming up with Furman University on August the 23rd. Before we jump into the details of that event, I would love to introduce Ariel Floyd and Garrett Stern. They're going to give a little background of some of the work that they're doing. But first, my name is Cantey. I'm an executive coach and a podcast host of Business Vitality. And Ariel, do you mind telling us a little bit about you and the work that you're doing?
Sure. So my name is Ariel Floyd, and I'm the Director of Communications for the Greater Sumter Chamber of Commerce. And I work closely with our SHE program, See Her Empowered. It is our Women in Business program here in Sumter. And we do quarterly seminars with panelists, speakers, where community leaders, workers, Sumterites come, and we have about 150 women. We also do smaller things in between. And in June, we do a day-long symposium. And that is where we had Catherine. She was one of our keynote speakers. And I am also on the board for the Young Professionals of Sumter. And I'm the secretary there. And Catherine has led a board training with us. And those are the two biggest things I would say. I'm also on the board for the YWCA. And hopefully we can have Catherine work with us soon for there.
That'd be fantastic. So tell me a little bit, when we did work together, you mentioned that. What kind of results were you able to achieve, you and your group, Ariel, after we were able to work together?
So with SHE, we had a lot of really positive feedback from your session in particular, because it was not just a speaking session. It was definitely an engagement session. And I think people really want that. They want to be a part of the process, and they want to leave with a plan of action and to really feel like they can grasp whatever it is that they need to grasp hold of. And you provided that with the steps and the interaction at the tables. And so at the end of that, when we did our survey of the event, a lot of ladies were like, we would love more workshop based. We want to get to know the people at our table a little more. And so that really, your session really provided a catalyst for the way we want SHE to go. So now moving forward, we know a clearer vision of this is what they want. This is how we can do it. So we're really excited about that. And for young professionals, you really helped us rein ourselves in. So in our prospective roles outside of young professionals, we do really well at our jobs. We're leaders there. But when we came together, it was really hard to really figure out where we all fit. We know we wanted this one goal. How can we get there without flooding it with so many other things? And so you really helped us plan, be more strategic with our yeses and with our nos. And you really showed us how to keep each other accountable for, if we're saying we're going to do this, then we need to do this, but also, let us flesh that out. We walked away with a game plan of this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And everyone had their own responsibilities, and we did not really have that before. It would always end up being on someone else. And so your training really helped us get there. So we're doing great.
I'm so happy because it was so energizing to be with both of those groups. And I love being able to take all this big information that's floating in the air and break it down into very tangible pieces that everybody can execute. And Ariel, just to reiterate what you said, there's a group in Sumter, South Carolina. It's called SHE, See Her Empowered. If they Google that, can they learn more about that there, or do they need to go to the Sumter Chamber to learn more about SHE?
I would probably say check out our Facebook page, Greater Sumter Chamber of Commerce, because that's where you see all the photos from it, the past videos. We do have some information on our website. We're trying to keep that updated. But yeah, we try very hard to post those so they can see what's going on. So far, we've only marketed within Sumter, but of course, we would love for it to grow. If the need is there, we would love to have ladies come.
Yeah. So See Her Empowered is SHE, and then also Young Professionals of Sumter. If you have a company that is in Sumter or a remote position, I think Young Professionals is a fantastic way to look to see what kind of talent is out there, because you don't take just anybody in this organization. I learned that you really vet them out and you want that well-rounded person. So both of these organizations that you're working with, I highly recommend, if anybody's curious, reach out to Ariel, reach out to me. I'll be happy to connect you. They're just incredible resources. So if somebody's on the fence, Ariel, because I'm going to be speaking at this upcoming workshop. Not everybody's heard of me. Not everybody's worked with me. You had not worked with me before until June, and then we worked together a few times. If somebody's on the fence, what would you say to them?
I would say to just go ahead and jump off of it because, like you said, I'd never worked with you before. So our first phone call that you and I had together, it really ended up being a coaching session. I know I walked away with things that you told me I need to work on, with just in 30 minutes of talking to me on the phone. And I appreciated that because you don't find a lot of people who can be so tactical. So you're a great listener and you know how to pull things out of people. And even when we were at SHE, you coupled the professionalism with being personal. And SHE has all different types of women. And I love being a woman, but sometimes we can be hard to please. And everyone was pleased. And so I think that you do really well at figuring out what it is each individual person or organization needs to be better. And you run with that and you build plans and people walk away with a plan of action.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I admire you guys just taking it and running with it and implementing it. And even that first phone call, you follow back up and you said, yeah, I tried it and XYZ happened and I'm keep doing it. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. So nice job, Ariel. That's awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
Garrett, tell me a little bit about you and the work that you're doing with Furman and the Center for Innovative Leadership.
Absolutely. It's great to be on here with both of you. So I'm Garrett Stern, the Executive Director of Leadership and Professional Education at Furman, and I run our Center for Innovative Leadership. And we are excited to be doing this upcoming event with Catherine. The structure of the event is going to be a lunch and learn session. It's open to anybody. We'll be live streaming it. We'll also be having 40 in-person seats that are available to sign up for. And then we're going to be doing a follow-on workshop that is about transitioning from an individual contributor to a manager role. So as Catherine said at the beginning, if you know anybody who's making that transition, it can be a key one in people's careers. So we're here to help you make that transition or help somebody in your organization make that transition even better. About the center, so we cultivate communities by transforming people into leaders and innovators. And we do that through running leadership development programs, through running innovation programs like design thinking, entrepreneur mindset. And so we do traditional leadership development with companies and with individuals. We also offer coaching sessions, and we can do custom programs for companies. And we also do some consulting projects. So we do a lot, but we're here to work with both professionals and with companies to make their talent pools even better.
Garrett, you've done this work before, is that right?
I have, yep. I spent about 10 years in Richmond doing similar work, working at the School of Professional and Continuing Studies at University of Richmond, developing our professional education programming. So there's a real need, as we continue to in the workplace and technology keep ramping up faster and faster, we need to keep ourselves relevant and keep our people that we work with and supervise relevant. That need for continuous learning and continuous education just keeps getting more and more relevant in our workforce. So we're here to help you do that.
Fantastic. Where, if somebody wants to learn more about the work that you're doing, Garrett, and maybe the event, or maybe just more about what you're doing, where's somewhere they could go online?
So you can check out our website. It's the furman.edu/CIL, or just type in Center for Innovative Leadership at Furman on Google, and it'll come right up. We'll have a link posted below this video if you want to sign up for the event. There's an option to do the add-on ticket for the workshop in that sign up. So click the link below to learn more about that sign-on or more about that event. We're excited to see you there on the 23rd.
Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so just to recap what we've talked about, we have an event that is coming up that is going to be on August the 23rd. It's a Wednesday. It'll be at Furman University on Canal Street downtown in Greenville, or the Canal Building downtown Greenville. We're going to have a session, an open streaming session from 12 to 1, and then we'll have a closed door session from 1 to 4. We're going to actually take all of this information of how do you go from an independent contributor into managing teams, and we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about a high level, and then we're going to go between 1 and 4. We're going to break it down, and my goal is to create a tailored plan, much like what we've done with Ariel and some of the folks we've worked with in the past. Tailor that plan to fit your unique needs, so when you do return to the workforce and the workplace, you can hit the ground running. So if you're interested in learning more, the information is down below in the link, or you can reach out to me at catherinecantey.com. You can probably find any of us on LinkedIn, and we will be happy to support you along the way. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great day.
Thanks for having us, Catherine.
Thank you.